Thanks, Devin. Well, there are more than 3 million cases of mono per year in the U.S. And joining us this morning to tell us more about the infection is Nurse Christina Paris from the VA. Good morning, Christina.
Hi, good morning.
Always so great to have you here.
Thanks.
And well, first of all, what exactly is mono?
So it is a viral infection. I know we've heard so much about viruses, so we're just sick of them, but it's another one that's out there. It's actually not new either. It was first identified in 1889.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and known at that time as a glandular fever because we often get swollen lymph nodes. And then in the 1920s, they found a group of college students who all had the same thing, and now it is mononucleosis is the official term. It's a type of herpes virus, and it's spread through body fluids and mostly saliva. So they used to call it the kissing disease. The incubation period for it is 4 to 8 weeks. So that's really a long time that you can kind of have it and not really realize that you have it because you don't have the symptoms of it. So that can make it really even more contagious,
right.
you know.
Well, yeah, speaking of symptoms, what are some of them that they can look out for at first?
So first, you're gonna have a fever. You're gonna feel very fatigued. Most people are really, really tired from this. Fever of like 102 to 104. You might have a inflamed throat, so sore throat with kind of a white coating maybe on your tonsils. Swollen lymph nodes, so that means your neck will feel kind of sore. Under your armpits will feel kind of sore. That's when those get enlarged. And you may have a rash. One of the problems is that it can cause an enlarged spleen, and when that happens, or a swollen liver, that can be really dangerous. Yeah, so those things you really have to be careful of.
Gotcha. And so if you are diagnosed with mono, what are some treatment options for people out there?
So most of our treatment options are just going to be supporting the symptoms. So if you have a fever, you'll take something like ibuprofen or Tylenol. For aches and pains, you'll want to treat that. Rest. You got to just rest up, and you might be out of school because this does affect younger people. You might be out of school for quite a while, and it stays in your body for a really long time. So you can maybe expect to almost be out of school for 1 to 2 months. And then, yeah, it's just supportive care. But definitely if you're feeling really fatigued, feeling crummy, go and see your provider. There's all sorts of things out there. We have the corona, but we also have Lyme and tick-borne illnesses, as well as mono. Now that all the kids are coming up here and they're, going to camps and enjoying time with their families, it's being spread quite easily. So you want to make sure that you kind of watch for those symptoms and talk to your provider.
Perfect. All right.
That's really scary, but good to know. And I know that, people will, of course, pick up on those symptoms really quickly. So.
Yeah.
And then really quickly, you did mention that it spreads through saliva. Is this something that can spread through the air with particles like COVID?
No. And that's a really good question. So you don't want to share sodas, drinks, toothbrushes. It really is body fluid to body fluid, direct contact.
All right, great. Great to know. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate learning so much every week. All right, well, coming up next, we have what's trending.